want to fly? Raise your hands if you want to fly. Okay. Yes, you will need to leave the earth to fly. Same, if you want to move forward in life, you will need to let the past that drags you down go. Let it go. And then we will be able to move forward. This is a very famous quote by Amit Ray, and this is the meeting theme today. Let us forget the past. Let us not drag it and go forward in the future. Future looks very bright to me. So many clubs have helped our young club struggling because of COVID cases going up in Hong Kong. Lockdown, Cohen, our SAA and club sponsor is in Singapore. Our president, Eddie, is in Macau. And a lot of members are facing challenges. This is the beauty of the Toastmaster community, that they come out and help. And today, I welcome Toastmaster Joseph Felix Bendit from India to come here and be our Toastmaster of the day. And imagine he does not know anyone here. It is his first visit here. Give him a good round of applause. And over to you, Joseph, for your.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat, for your invitation, which is very, very good indeed. Today, I would like to say a few words. Recently, we have celebrated the Women's Day. So, first of all, I will congratulate all the women of this club and their families of the club. A very happy Women's Day to all of you. God bless you in every role of the woman who takes in their family. The other thing is the theme seems to be the future. The future is always, we hope it will be the best future for the entire world rather, because we have several areas of challenges where mercilessly people were killed. And some places it is the weather or any other calamities that is coming up in this world. We will pray that Almighty saves each and every one of them. Our Toastmaster is a learning platform. It was discovered by the great legend Ralph C. Smedley in the year 1924. We are almost very near to the century. This is a platform for men to learn the public speaking as well as communication skill. However, it was very fortunate that women also joined in the later years. And today we have 300,000 members, 149 countries, 15,800 clubs are functioning. And ours is also one of the club included in India. As we have generally, the session starts with table topic, I believe. Is it so, Bharat? Start with the table topic?
No, we will start with the speeches as I have given you the agenda also.
Oh, I will just...
I know there is a challenge you got.
I have just sent the agenda in the chat. Are you able to see the link, Joseph?
Yeah, I'll just...
I have sent a hard copy to him on his mobile 1 hour before.
No, I am using my mobile. I will use my computer for that one. 1 second.
Just click
I'm
the
so
link
sorry.
here. You can find it.
Hmm. Uh, will you just mention the table topic is the beginning?
No, we will start with the tag team with the role takers,
Okay.
and then we will have the speakers and then the table topic.
Okay. Yeah, I have it here.
Okay,
Okay.
just 1 second. No.
Joseph, you
Okay,
can
we
take
will
this time
invite
to.
our
Yeah.
we will invite our tag team, Toastmaster, Cohen Singh, DTM. Can you explain your role as an accountant?
Okay. The role of an R counter is to keep track of all the R's and M's or any pause fillers that any one of us in this meeting might make, and I shall keep account of it. Thank you very much. I believe you skipped Choi.
Okay. Thank you so much, Choi. Now I will invite the timer, Angie Palmer, DTM. Over to you, timer. Can you explain your role?
My job today is to time the prepared sessions, the table topic sessions, as well as the evaluations and reports. I will also try to keep the meeting running on time. And when I'm showing the time signal to the speakers and the evaluators, I'll be using my virtual background. This is a green card, this is a yellow card, and this is a red card. And I will show the cards according to the time session. For the prepared speeches, it is 5 to 7 minutes. So I will show the green at 5, yellow at 6, and 7 at red. And for the table topic session, it will be 1 to 2 minutes. So 1, 1.5, and 2. For the evaluations, 2 to 3. So I'll be showing this at 2, 2.5, and 3. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much. It was very wonderful, detailed program of yours. And I don't think I could see the grammarian. Is the grammarian is there, please?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. May I know your name?
My name is Tariro.
Tajiro, please explain your role of a grammarian for the meeting. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As the grammarian for today's meeting, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language use. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, our word is vanquish. V-A-N-Q-U-I-S-H. Vanquish. The word means defeat thoroughly. It is a verb that means to defeat thoroughly. Other synonyms of the word vanquish are conquer, overcome, crush. Antonyms for the word vanquish are give in, lose, release. This word can be used in the following way. He successfully vanquished his rival. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give my grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you, and over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tairo, for the clear explanation of your role. Now we will go on to the prepared speech.
Felix, we will have a energization session before. Energy
Okay.
session by Toastmaster Choi. And then also the GE will be the role taker.
So I will transfer my
define her role.
to the general evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster Sheila Cancino, the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joseph. I think we all wanna hear Toastmaster Choi for the energizer. Toastmaster Choi, how about doing the energy session for us?
Thank you, Toastmaster Sheila. So it's time for the energizer. And as an icebreaker, my idea was to give you a word and each of you has to give a reply in 1 or 2 sentences, what just comes up, and it needs to be as personal as possible. So I'm giving you the first word or 2 words. It is dream business. Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Cohen, you go.
You pick on me. My dream business is to be a YouTuber and hopefully one with millions of views. Maybe a 10th of PewDiePie, but I'll be happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Cohen. And over to Bharat, dream business, Bharat.
My dream business is to build my house on Mars and invite you all as paying guests. Over to you for my dream business.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. Over to Noel, Toastmaster Noel, dream business. Give me your 1 or 2 lines. Oh, sorry, Noel? Did I get your name wrong? Noel Pandiyan? You're muted. Okay, pause maybe.
Hi, I'm
Oh,
really sorry. I'm working in the office and attending the session
Ah.
also.
okay, you have to give me 1 or 2 sentences as a reaction to the
Okay.
word dream business.
My dream business is to become one day owner of a milk farm. My
Okay.
smallest dream was to have my own business regarding the milk, because since my childhood I was too much attached to my grandmother who was doing this business already. But unfortunately, because of my parents' pressure, I became an engineer. So after my retirement, I would go back to the same business.
That's a wonderful thing to share. Thank you so much, Noel.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm seeing red, but I'm still going to ignore it for 1 more turn to Toastmaster Inderjeet. Toastmaster Inderjeet, please share with us your 2 lines as a reply to dream business.
My dream business is to educate underprivileged children because I think educating these children would make our nation a better one.
Thank you so much. Wow, what a wonderful replies, guys. Thank you so much. Over to Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Choi, for the wonderful energy session, and everybody has really did their best in their dream business. Very good business, especially he wants to go to Mars for as a paying guest. You will be inviting. That's very wonderful of him. Now, shall we go for the prepared speeches? I would like to invite the evaluator for the first speaker. The evaluator for the first speaker is
That's me.
Nitasha Kumar.
Yes.
Nitasha Kumar. Can you see, read the objective of the first speaker?
Sure. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires the audience. Timer, please note, the time allocated is 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you, and back to you, sir.
Thank you, Natasha, for this. For the report. I would like to call the first speaker, Toastmaster Inderjeet Kaur. Over to you, Toastmaster Inderjeet Kaur.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. Greetings to one and all. I'm going to paint a picture today with the color name believe. The six-letter word has a deep impact in mine, in yours, and everyone's life. Do you know that people who are successful, how did they become success? How did they become eminent all over the world? Such as Steve Jobs. You also know about Dr. Abdul Kalam, as well as many more such people who have left a status in the society. The only reason was the secret of their success they knew is to believe in themselves. Most of us people don't have that. I learned how to believe myself and trust myself, faith, at a very young age. In class 9th, there was an inter-school competition held where my classmate was participating in an elocution competition. Unfortunately, a day prior, she fell sick. As I was the first runner-up in the school competition, my principal nominated my name. The vice principal of the school was our English teacher. She invited me to her cabin and said, Inder, will you be able to do this? I don't think so. It's better we take our school name back. I don't think so she's eligible. She asked my class teacher, ma'am, it's a big challenge. Please do not nominate her. This girl might bring a shame to the school. I was numb, silent. I didn't utter a word. My class teacher said, principal, no, ma'am, it's okay. She can do it. Let's give it a try. Doesn't matter if she lose or win. With this hope, my class teacher took me out and she said, Inder, you have to memorize the poem The Highwayman, 17 paragraphs. My friends, 17 paragraphs, 16 hours, and I had to memorize it and had to narrate the poem in front of people. 16 hours. The whole day I skipped all my lunch break, my PT period, as well as library. Moreover, I didn't went home. I did not go out and play with my friends. I was only reciting the poem because I knew I have to recite this poem in front of among 100 people. And this time, the faith inside me was saying me, yes, I can do it. I did not listen to what my vice principal was saying. I internally knew I can do it and I will do it. On the day of competition, many students were performing remarkably. The moment my name was announced, I was in jitters. I was nervous. The moment I stepped on the stage, holding the mic in my hand, I started reciting the poem. And trust me, my friends, the trust that I had inside me did not feel me to pause. I was nervous, not at all. Moreover, people applauded me the time I finished my poem. One of my friends who was sitting there, when I went, she called me and she said, hey, you did a great job. I'm happy, 17 paragraphs. You recited all. I was relaxed and relieved. Till evening, the event went on. Sharp at 5 p.m., when the chief guest started announcing the names of the winners, I was surprised that I was the first runner-up in inter-school competition. No doubt, I was not winner, but I was happy that at least there was no sign of embarrassment for my school that they sent a girl and she didn't conquer it. Holding that silver cup in my hand with a certificate, I was full in energy, happiness, joy. The moment my friends came and just embraced me. Next morning, when I went to the school, the vice principal, who was suspecting me and doubtful on my performance, in the assembly applauded me. She gave a pat on my back and said, "Kudos to this girl who did 16 hours of practice and brought a fame to the school." Ladies and gentlemen, nobody in this world will come and tell you what to do, what not to do. We might get influenced by the people's negative thoughts. But what is important is your internal belief. Do you believe yourself? Do you know what you are doing? Do not kill the power of yourself by just listening to people. Let that energy, power be alive. All I want to say you is that if you do not believe yourself, no matter you do whatever hard work you will never attain success. Plus satisfaction. To keep yourself happy, satisfied, keep encouraging yourself with trust. Dream for yourself with faith. Move a life ahead with trust. At last, with a note of gratitude to all my friends, I leave one question. Sit on your couch and think for a while. Do you believe yourself? If so, then how much? Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Let us give a big applause. That was a great speech, and it's a great challenge also for the success. Thank you so much for that. Now we'll go to the second evaluator, Toastmaster Sarvana Pandian. Toastmaster Sarvana Pandian, can you give the second speaker's, read up the second speaker's evaluation requirement?
Thank you so much. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Today I am evaluating Toastmaster Noel's speech. Noel today has taken up an important matter, which is very, very important for today's world. Conflicts and understanding and how to resolve it. I hope he gives us a lot of examples of how conflicts arise and how we can solve it. Over to you, TM Modi.
Thank you, Noel, for this report. I will call upon our second speaker, Noel Cheung, whose title is Understanding Conflict Resolution. Over to you, Noel Cheung.
Thank you. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
You can see it.
All clear.
Thank you. So, have you ever run into any kind of conflict? So I guess this might be quite a silly question. So most of us, my assumption that we must run into some kind of conflict. So out of curiosity, I tried to Google the definition of conflict, and it came out as a serious disagreement or argument. And when I think about my own experience about conflict as personal, I can think of is that like in family, I always have conflict with my girlfriend sometimes. So, and almost like every week or every day, sometimes it's about how we're cleaning the house. Sometimes it's about our cat, our beloved cat. It's just the way that we treat, how we like to take care of our cats slightly different. So it seems that conflicts happening all the time for us. But then sometimes it can be irritating because we want to, or we also want to have a peaceful, chill day sometimes. Then if we always happen to have this kind of conflict, how we can address that and also to find a solution. So before we jump into find the resolution of the conflict, to think about that strategy, I really want to focus, first of all, why we cause conflict, what caused conflict. And I can describe it into like, I categorize into 3 levels. So there's a personal, like I just mentioned, That could be based on many small matters that we just having a different opinion. But it can be a little bit bigger, like organizational, where maybe in the meeting for your workplace with your colleague, that can be a bit more complicated. But there's also nationwide type of conflict. And those are considered a huge conflict or might cause a huge consequence if we didn't take care carefully. And I believe those are based on our interest, a different kind of interest. And I break it down even more. I think it's a type of desire. And if we break down desire, we can think of the needs, the basic needs as a human being, as well as something that we want to do. Someone loves to have a car, someone loves to do shopping. So we all have different kind of desire, and they're all down to our personal beliefs, our value. And based on the value, that's something that we can see, which is down to what I just described, the basic desire, basic needs that we need to eat if we are feeling hungry. We find ourselves cold under the winter, then we want to get some clothes to get warm. And so those are very fundamental human needs. But there are also something that we can't see, which someone probably sees power, they want to take control of the situation. Someone likes to have more authority for their work. Someone wants to become a leadership. Someone wants to tell people how to do things instead of being told how to do things. Or otherwise, just because we have different religion. All these kind of beliefs, different kind of value could cause some kind of conflict or disagreement on something. So I'm actually using something called the first principle. The basic simple way to explain is just to, like an onion, you peel it down one by one to really take your patience to understanding the core reason why the conflict happens. I think it's really important for us to understand that, so that we can find a strategy or solution based on that. There's a lot of different ways we can handle it. Of course, there's a techniques like we can do active listening, and we can ask the right question, not to jump into conclusion. Try to lead a opponent or some two parties to initiate some conversation, dialogue, to bring that topic up and understand, address the problem first, and show empathy, understanding like by on their side why they think it this way. And this is really absolutely crucial, because otherwise there's no better way to solve the conflict if you just jump into the solution without listening or understanding why it happens. And now I would like to, instead of showing a video by this project, I've listened a lot of audio news and also watched a lot of news these days. I think everybody knows about this nation war, I guess, between Ukraine and Russia. There's a lot of history, a lot of political or other reasons that we don't consider in this project. But we're just talking about one thing, which is conflict. Sorry. Yeah. So the conflict is between this, as you can see. If we don't try to understanding the problem or try to resolve earlier, then it might upgrade to the second level, which might cause sacrifice and some damage, which here is the life. And so I'm not gonna address detail of these two cases, but as we all know, they are from different side, but this is life we're talking about. And so I would like to now come to give an example where on a higher level, we all know that we need to address the problem first and then to find a solution. But it's easy to say than done. But I would like to use The Art of War, I think it's very famous book, to teach us about the strategy, how we can win our enemy. But enemy, I would say the opponent here, because we don't want to actually treat everyone like an enemy. But knowing your opponent or knowing the parties, knowing the reason why is probably the first principle. And the best conflict resolution strategy that I would think of is the core value of this book as well. It's win without fight. So resolve the issue before the conflict happens. I know it's really, really difficult. And I would say by looking at many different examples, this will be the most match to this project. Thank you.
That was a great speech. The conflict. Very well described. Let us give a big applause for the speaker for this well done speech. Now we go to the third speaker. We call upon the evaluator of the third speaker, Toastmaster Asil Kalaf. Over to you, Toastmaster Asil Kalaf.
Good afternoon and good evening. Today I'll be evaluating my target speaker, Toastmaster Bahrat Nigeria. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. The purpose of his speech is for him to learn about and apply the skills needed to run a lesson learned meeting during a project or after its completion. His other purpose is to share some aspect of his leadership experience and the impact of a lesson meeting. Timer, please note that my target speaker has 5 to 7 minutes. His title is An Absorbing Journey. An absorbing journey. I wish you the very best luck.
Thank you, Asil, for this report. I call upon the third speaker. The third speaker's title is An Absorbing Journey. Toastmaster Bharat Nanga. Over to you, Toastmaster Bharat Nangia. The Absorbing Journey.
You're on mute.
Let me take you to an absorbing journey today. Can you all type for me in the chat box? How much is 1 plus 1? Oh, yes, plus 1 is not 2. It is 11. 1 plus 1. Look at it. It's 11. This is the lesson I learned from pitch day 1, which we had done on June of 2020.
Yes, come.
2021, June 2021. Come June 22, we planned pitch day 2.0. And immediately the 1 plus 1 comes to my mind. Team. 1 plus 1 is 11 and makes a team. Team, together we achieve more. Together, everyone achieve more. And how we do that? In November last year, 2021, with the experience of the pitch day 2021 in June, we sat down to make a list where we went wrong, what we did right, how we can improve further to be the project leader for this pitch day 2.0. My immediate thoughts were to send a note to all the role players in pitch day 1.0 and get their opinion. The first opinion came from our president, who said, Bharat, we need to have a pitch selling founder Toastmasters to the members. A very interesting idea, because he thought the members could not relate with the pitch day how founders is involved. Point noted. Moving forward, our club mentor suggested maybe we do a education session on how to do a pitch before the actual pitch starts. Taken again. My club colleague, the SAA, and our club sponsor, the past division director, suggested to me, Bharat, make a team, give them specific roles, then you will solve all the challenges you had in the last time. Challenges which were unforeseen, which happened at the time. But since everyone had their department to look in, we could very easily be able to solve it. So here I was. We had a team this time. There was the head of the evaluator who chose his evaluators, and also based on the evaluators' performance last time and feedback last time, made out a new form, made out evaluate the pitches. Similarly, we had VPM Choi, who took on herself the role to select the pitchers. And then there was the treasurer Karuna, who took upon himself to build partnerships and bring in people for everyone to see. On top, when the role was assigned to our VPPR Manju, I was shocked and surprised. She came out of astounding posters, 7 of them, and the marketing was top class. Now with this, we had a project purpose in mind. We wanted to have awareness of our club. We wanted to add member to our club, and this was our project goal for doing this pitch day. How did we fare? Well, one of our highest attended meetings, 80 plus members. So round of applause for the team there. We did it. For the membership, we generated more than 10 inquiries, which VPM Toastmasters Choi is following. Another big round for her. And our club treasurer, Karuna, has been talking to the pitchers and getting feedback to plan the pitch day 3 and helping me with the feedback on that. So again, kudos there. One thing which I noticed in the entire enthralling and interesting journey of making this team, discussing how to do the things, did we not have problems? Yes, we faced new problems. COVID happened, lockdown happened. We did it hybrid last time. This time we have to go only on Zoom. Another thought process, which we had not thought during the planning. And in the end, all our pitchers were struggling, sharing their screens and on Zoom, not knowing how to do it. But lessons learned. Lessons learned that no matter what we do, how much we plan, at the end, there would be challenges. And the Toastmaster is there to carry the day with it. And if you have that interesting and committed team with you, no matter what challenges come, you will find that you will pull through a wonderful event. Now coming to the one feedback which I got, although I got so many feedback from all the attendees, and some of them are really good, which we are bound to implement and make sure all these problems which happened, all these challenges are vanquished. But the only feedback I want to bring to you today is one of the members said, 2 hours we were sitting there as in a movie theater. It was such a interesting, amazing experience, and I am sure we will all go through this absorbing journey again and again at Founders. Back to you, Toastmaster.
That was an amazing speech. Let us give a big applause for the energy that Bharat had in putting his ideas and his solutions. It was a very great thing. Thank you, Bharat, for that speech. Now, we are now entering the second session. As you know, the second session is an impromptu speech which will be very much entertaining in every club that conducts the meeting. And it also, not only that, it allows the guest also to take part in it because they really don't take part in the speeches. So this is an opportunity for the guest to come and attempt for their impromptu speech. It will be very interesting and very applauding also. So I would like to invite table topic master, Toastmaster Karunakaran. Over to you, Toastmaster Karunakaran.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. And a lot of new faces, guests have come in. Thanks to all of you to come in here. So today we're having 4 table topics I've selected, and I will put them on the screen. So table topics is like Toastmaster of the Day mentioned, it's an impromptu speech. So we will give you a topic, and you're given 2 minutes time to talk on the topic, and you could come with your insights on the topic, and that's what we're looking at. You could use humor, you could use personal stories, you could talk about a tragedy, you could talk about a life event, you could talk about current events. It's all up to you. So we'd like to hear each one of you come up and talk about what is that prompts you on these topics. So I've set out, so now I will be sharing my screen, and so all of you can see my screen. Yes, good. Okay, so now the first table topic, I would like one of you to volunteer. Let me see which one of you would like to volunteer. Otherwise, if you don't volunteer, I'm going to randomly pick one of you. So Inderjit Kaur, do you want to put up your video, Inderjit? Is it okay? We just see a guest.
Put on my video.
Pardon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Inderjit. And namaste. Where are you right now?
India?
Okay, which city? Punjab. Okay.
Ludhiana.
Ludhiana. Okay, right at the border, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been there once a long time ago. It's been ages. Beautiful, foggy city. That's what I remember of that place. Okay, so this is your first time in a Toastmaster meeting, or you're already?
No, I belong to Ludhiana Toastmasters, the VP education of that club, and it's been more than a year a part of Toastmasters.
Okay, so the first topic is to Inderjit. So can we spotlight Inderjit, and who's the timer? Okay, timer is on. Okay, cool. Okay, the first topic, Inderjit. The past, the present, and the future walked into a bar. Over to you.
What happens when you go to the bar? Is it that you're holding a beer, a whiskey, or a vodka? Or are you sitting in your past and present? Ladies and gentlemen, the moment when we come across difficult phases, or if we have come in emotional, hurted, what do we do first? We start thinking about it. We don't think to take it or move ahead in life. This happened with one of my friends. She was a very fine and a fantastic trainer. Unfortunately, her performance began to slump and she was detained from the organization. She did not know the reason, but she came into the bar of future with the thoughts of her past and present. What did I do wrong? What happened? Where? What? But she was not noticing. How could she overcome this? When I sat with her, I said her, see, the reason why you are being detained is because you are working, but you're not giving an output to the organization as a trainer. People were not getting selected. You need to work on your skill set so that today or tomorrow, when you go to the next organization, that is a wonderful future for you. You give your best. And that's what happened, ladies and gentlemen. She came into the bar of learning as well as getting herself trained to be a well trainer. Today, when I meet her, I don't see her with the past, present. I see her looking at a future with a smile, holding a bar of a drink, always learning, executing in a better way. My friends, don't sit with your past, don't sit with your present. Think what you can do in your future to make a better version of yours. Thank you, and over to you, TDM.
Thank you, Inderjit. You gave us a new meaning of bar, how to look into our past and the present and learn from it and move into the future with a personal story of your friend. Wonderful. It was a very touching story. Thank you, Inderjit. So the next table topic, I'm looking for a volunteer or I will put the gun on one of you.
I can take one if no one volunteers.
Okay, so we'll give 3 seconds as still. Anybody want to volunteer? 2, 3. Asel, it's to you. So
Okay, I really
Okay.
enjoy table topic, but because I'm generous, I like to give others chances.
Okay. And where are you right now, Asel?
I'm in Kuwait. As
You're
you
in
can
Kuwait.
see, it's still afternoon.
Okay. So the second topic. If there is one thing you could change in your past, what would it be? If there is one thing you could change in your past, what would it be? Over to you, Asel. Whenever you're ready.
That's difficult to decide because considering that the past, we learn from it. I mean, people make mistakes for a reason. So we can learn to grow, stand out, become the person we are. To be honest, I have a few mistakes I made in the past, but mistakes are learned, right? If one thing I could change is add more volunteering, more internship in my life before entering university. Still, I would not make any changes. I love math, but I could not study it as a major. So I studied English instead. But at my university, the one I graduated, I got introduced to Toastmasters. I did not join right away. In my family, we take studies seriously. I just waited to graduate, then become a member. So it's hard to decide, what can I change in the past? If I made changes in the past, I wouldn't be standing here delivering my table topic right here. Maybe. If I could change something, I wouldn't have excellence and fluent speaker in English because I really struggle with English. I still have a few struggles with pronunciation, but before I was way worse. If I could make any changes, maybe I wouldn't have had experience in volunteering with special needs or doing internship. So to be honest, I don't know what to choose. What can I choose? Because to be honest, past, we learn from it. We become the person we are because of the past, whether it was right choices or mistakes. So table topic master, I cannot decide what to change in my past because some of the mistakes I made helped me. It helped me grow, helped me discover a few things. And I return the screen back to you.
Thank you, Esail. Wonderful talk. I can sense where you're coming from. There are things you could have done better, is what you're trying to say. You could have done internship, and you could have worked with special children. They could have done better, but overall, there's nothing you really want to change. That's what I understand from your talk. Lovely talk. Thank you, Esail. So the third speaker I'm looking for. Any volunteers? Esther, I see you. Natasha Kumar. Hi, Natasha.
Hi,
So,
Karuna.
Hi. You're also from Ludhiana or?
No, I'm from Bangalore, India.
Okay. Must be a lovely time. March, springtime in Bangalore.
Oh, it's very hot.
Oh, it's very hot. Okay. Yes, it's lost its beauty. Okay. And Natasha, table topic 3. If you could get one chance to see into the future, what time would you visit? So if you get one chance to see into the future, what time would you want to go visit?
As a parent of a 15-year-old, there is always the desire to see the success of your children. Yes, you like to hold them tight. You like to hold on to those memories. You like to hold on to the childhood that they have with you. But if there is a chance that I would like to see into the future, it would definitely be the success of my child. I know he is hardworking. I know he is passionate. I know he has dreams, but I would like to see them come to fruition. I would like to see him vanquish his fears. I would like to see him reach for his goals, and I would like to see him be a huge success, which I know he will be in his future. All parents are dreamers, and we live in the dreams of our children. So if that is something I can do, I definitely would grab onto that opportunity and make the very best of it. But that does not discount the fact that I live in the today. I think the COVID times have taught us there is not much that you can plan for in the future. It has been a true reality check. So yes, while I do aspire to see the success of my child a couple of years from today, maybe a decade from now, but I still hold on to the memory, hold on to the childhood, hold on to nourishing those dreams of today and enjoy the present. Thank you so much for this topic, and back to you, Toastmaster Karuna.
Thank you, Natasha. We can feel the parents' love and concern for the child. I'm sure all the parents here have similar feelings towards their children. We are always curious, want to know, have we put in, how are they going to come out in the future? And even with my mother, I see that sometimes she's wanting to see how I'm doing in my life now, and she feels proud about it. And the same goes with us. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you. Table topic 4. I'm looking for a volunteer. Can I get a volunteer? Noel Pandian. Hi, Noel.
Actually, my name is Pandian.
Oh,
I'm doing evaluator role for Noel, so I kept name like that.
Okay, but I'll remember you always as Noel Pandian from now on.
I wanted to be a noble Pandian rather than.
Okay, table topic 4. I want you to imagine a world with no clocks nor any means to measure time. Imagine you're living in a world with no clocks nor any means to measure time. Over to you, Pandian.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Imagining a world without no clocks or no means to measure time is really beyond imagination. It would have been much, much more fantastic. It may be like any racy movie. So there is no way to measure the time. But yes, there was a generation of people where they had no clothes, no way means to measure time. They are our ancestors. Still, they were able to know what is day, what is night. They were noble enough to find out when sun arises and when sun sets. That world was much, much, much more safer, much more happier, because people voluntarily did everything according to the nature. Not only humans, animals, plants, everything were living to the nature. It was much, much more active. There was no pollution. There was no means of destroying the nature. And that world is really happy. If I am able to go back to that world, I will obviously tell people not to discover anything to measure time, so that the earth will remain as earth and people will be living much, much more happier. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Pandian. Thank you. You gave a beautiful explanation. I mean, yes, our ancestors, just a few generations, even when we were younger, it used to be much more smaller, slower. Things were much more slower in life, and people were more in tune with nature, which we have just lost, it seems. Now we are stuck with mobile phones and checking for the next message. We're addicted to time. Thank you, Pandian. Thank you for giving your perspective on this. Thank you. So that's the end of our table topic round for tonight. Over to you, table topic Toastmaster of the day, Mr. Benedict.
Thank you, Karunakaran. And it was a wonderful subject you have given to each one of the speakers. And they put their heart and mind to give their opinion. And that was a great thing. So let us have a great applause for each and every speaker who has done their best in their life, what they are dreaming, what they want to do, and each one have given them from their heart and mind. That was great. I think now it is time for a break. 5 minutes break will be there to get to know each other.
Hi, Sheila. How are you? Are you still there?
Oh, no, Bharat. I'm good, you?
Long time.
I know. Oh.
So you are back to Hong Kong, or where are you? Still in Singapore or what?
I'm back in Hong Kong, but then I went to the Philippines vacation. I'm still here in the Philippines. But
Okay.
I'm in Hong Kong.
You are in Hong Kong, so Hong Kong always brings you back.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be back soon.
Hey, Bharat.
Yes, Bharat.
Let me introduce you to founders member. Bharat is from Tung Chung Toastmasters, and he is a member there. He is a charter member there, and Sheila was our mentor at the time, I believe, when the club was being chartered. So, and Tung Chung Club is the mother club for Founders Club, the sponsor club. So we have 3 members. Noel, Toastmaster Noel is also Vice President Education from Tung Chung, supporting our club today. Let me introduce Angie, as she has already introduced herself before, also supporting our club. Our clubs have been almost chartered at the same time. And then again, we have Toastmaster Felix, Toastmaster Raghu from India, Toastmaster Natasha, many members who have been supporting during special times when our members are facing the heat because of the COVID situation in Hong Kong. So I would request everyone to introduce one by one. Toastmaster Felix, can you introduce yourself?
I worked as a consulting engineer in Saudi Arabia for a long period of 30 years. And I was also working for two nations, that's India for 12 years and Saudi Arabia for 30 years. In that, I handled the major projects for the government of Saudi Arabia, the Saline Water Conversion Corporation. And I had received a great award for my performance and talent. I had an audience with the king, shook hands with them, and it was telecasted in channel 1 and 2. That was a great thing. Because it is very difficult to see a king, and it is much more when you shake hands with him and have a dinner with him. So that was the main thing. And during all my time, the major part is that I miss my family and miss my children. They were very young when I went, but when I came back when I saw the grandchildren. So that was the generation gap, I would say. And it was amazing what to do. On one side, we have to, elevate our status. So I went, but I went for a short time, but it was taken, it is not intended for 3 years, but it extended to 30 years. Unfortunately, today, I spent all my time in loneliness, and I lost my beloved in the year 2013. And that was the biggest drawback. Either you need wealth or health. These are the two things that you have to judge. Unfortunately, I lost her, and I am now lonely. Still, our spirit lives in my body. That's what I would say. And having a grandchildren and enjoying the time in Toastmasters. That's why I joined Toastmasters a couple of years before, and I got again a family. It is a Toastmaster Club is a federation club. Therefore, there is a family atmosphere always there in every meeting in our Speechwriters Club. Over to you, Mark.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joseph. Yeah, Bharat, you were doing a round of
Yes, Angie, could you just 15 seconds or 30 seconds introduce yourself? Angie.
Angie, okay. Angie.
Hi, my name is Angie Palmer. I am from Earthlings Toastmasters Club, a global online club, which we just started last year. So thank you for having me here. Cohen and Bharat has been visiting my club from time to time. So I'm also here to help whenever they need some help. So evening time is just not a very good time for me. Sometimes I do work at night, but I try my best to help out. And I love being a timer. Thank you for having me here. By the way, 5 minutes is great. I'm very strict timer.
Okay. So back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
We are supposed to take a group photo as per the agenda.
I have already done so, but we can take it again. Let's do this. Okay, if you can switch on your camera, that would be great. Anybody else? Tariro, Inderjit, Raghunatha, and yeah. Okay, ready? Smile for the camera.
Good evening, everyone.
1, 2,
My name
and 3. Thank you very much. We're taking the photo. Thank you very much. Okay, back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, SA. Now, this third session is an evaluation session. It is breakfast for the champions. That's what we would always say. Now it is time for me to hand over the stage to the general evaluator. Over to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmasters Joseph. How do you pronounce your name, Toastmasters Joseph? That's the name? Joseph. Okay, so breakfast of the champions, our evaluation. To evaluate our first speaker, Indrajit, let's welcome Natasha again on stage. Natasha, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sheila. It's a pleasure to be back here. And good evening to everybody, especially to my target speaker, Toastmaster Indrajit. Indrajit, you are a perfect candidate for a singing competition. You inspired me to go back and listen to the song, Believe. With that beautiful melodious start, I think you set the stage for what we were to expect during your speech. Truly inspiring message. What I really liked was your style of storytelling. You set the context. You said that, you talked about your 9th grade, the conflict that your teachers had within themselves, but the belief that you had in yourself and how you went on to ace that competition purely by your belief in yourself. So I think that was a great setting, a great choice of topic for the inspiring message. You had a wonderful way of connecting with the audience. There was beautiful clarity in your speech, great eye contact, and particularly your gestures were so aptly used. I think kudos to you for setting the tone on a very well delivered message. I do have a few suggestions for you. In an inspiring message, I feel that, when there is a little bit of a voice modulation, you did have a lot of characters in your speech. So if you had not necessarily just using a different voice, but even if you had used different positions of the camera within this little box for us to understand that you're actually talking, there is a conversation between your vice principal and your English teacher, or there's a conversation between, you being called up to the, so I would say use your stage a little better. For example, when you were talking about how you won and how you felt when you were introduced to the audience, you could have come a little closer and said, my belief made that happen. So use your stage a little more and pause a little more. Between the different settings in your story, I felt you were moving too fast. It was a little difficult for me to stay in equal pace with you. So I would suggest you to please pause a little between paragraphs. While the great style of storytelling is wonderful, a few more pauses will really help to accentuate the message that you have to convey. Besides that, continue using the amazing style of storytelling that you have, a wonderful way of connecting with the audience. Just enrich yourself, your speech, by using the whole stage that is available to you. Unfortunately, in Zoom times is the stage that we have, and use it more powerfully to convey and continue inspiring your audience. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be inspired by you. All the very best, and back to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Sheila.
Oh, thank you, Toastmaster Natasha. Are you an evaluations speech contestant in Bangalore?
I am not. I am a district leader, so I am not allowed to contest.
Ah, that's why. Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Natasha. Our next evaluator to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Noel. Let's all welcome Pandian. His name is not Noel, it's Pandian. Sir, to you, sir. Please unmute.
Thank you so much. And once again, good evening. Communication is not what we speak, it's what others understand. I always like to quote this from Shiv Khera. And I feel 50% of the conflicts can be avoided by good communication. Now, coming to the speech. One important thing which I liked about this speech is don't jump to the solution without understanding the conclusion. This is one line which you have made it very clear. The audience is giving 5 to 7 minutes of their time to the speaker to understand a topic. The speaker started explaining about first the conflict. It was very good. He gave us a definition. Exactly at 1 minute, he started explaining the different kinds of conflicts: personal, organization, and national level. It was very clear. At 2nd minute, he brought an important point. Desire or the need is one reason for all these 3 kinds of conflicts. It was really good. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, he explained about another 2 reasons for conflicts was the basic needs. Another is the power or authority, which nobody can feel or see it. Until this part, it was very nice. When he started giving examples about the conflicts, he brought in the war between Russia and Ukraine. Instead of that, the speaker could have taken one conflict which could have arose from his family, from his office, how he could able to found a solution, or somebody else found a solution. If he had explained that, the audience would have much more engaged to understand what are the small kinds of conflict, how it was solved. Then he gave some solutions. It was good. But important thing is, when we are coming to the solution to any problem, the voice modulation is very, very important. When you change voice modulation for each part, the audience is engaged. Like in a movie, everyone understands the starting of the movie, the interval, the climax. The climax, everybody is in the edge of the seat to know. The same way the speaker could have brought. Also, the lightning was not good. It was like a dark. We couldn't see him very well. And the camera position could have been much better. To sum it up, he gave a very wonderful speech, but there are a lot of improvements were possible. Thank you so much, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pandian. I can see that you are an engineer, no? The detailed analysis of the speech. Okay, now moving on to our third evaluator, Toastmaster Asil, to evaluate the speech of Bharat. Welcome, Asil, from
Hello
Kuwait.
again.
Yes, please.
Hello, everyone. My role is to evaluate my target speaker who was supposed to share his aspects as leadership. And I must say, I am impressed. Indeed, you did share your experience as a leader. And I must say, you were a great leader at that time. Amazing job. 5+1. You tricked us because we take pride in math. I was like 2. Then you showed this trick 11. Wow, interesting trick question. But as a math genius myself, you really played with the question. How could you do that? Anyway, it was a great way to connect with your audience by asking questions, even asking them to write in the chat. I actually asked that one time when I was delivering something similar to your speech. Great confidence and great excitement. Your body language showed how excited you are to deliver your speech. Experience. Great job talking about your experience as a leader. I'm giving you a thumbs up right here. Excellent job. Now, areas of improvement. It's a common problem we all face, the internet. I noticed your internet was a bit weak. I was all like, is it me? Because my internet's been giving me a hard time. But I checked with one of the members and they confirmed that the problem is with you. But don't worry, we'll have the same problem. In the near future, try to make sure your internet is okay. Because last time I had a disconnection while delivering a speech twice. Your vocal variety, you asked me to check for vocal variety. I must say, did a good job. You made a little medium and high when you talk about something excitement. Just add a little low volume when you want to talk about something simple. But Depending on what you're going to talk on the speech, you can decide for yourself high and low. Even though this is the first time I see you deliver speech, I must admit it is good. Your vocal variety is improving, even though this is the first time I see you deliver. All in all, you did a good job. You were confident. You had great body language. Just work on the internet, make sure it's okay, make sure you're connected to the internet, and keep practicing our vocal variety. I will do the same because we both have the same problem. I wish you the very best luck and hope I can evaluate you again in the near future. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asil. And yes, we will invite you again to evaluate in the next meeting. Thank you, Toastmaster Asil. Next is the evaluator for the table topic session. Let's all welcome who's here. How do you pronounce it? Ragunada Raju. How do you pronounce that, Toastmaster Ragu?
Good job there. You won the table topic contest today. Good evening, everyone. Now it's time to serve the sambar of your breakfast because you all had idlis and dosas from these evaluators. Now it's time for sambar. For table topics, today, great job done by our table topic master. He has got interesting table topics for us to rather test the table topic speakers' patience and also the creativity. Second, also for us to think about ourselves if we were in those moments, some of the interesting topics. What I liked about him is he explained about table topics today in concise and what to expect and how we can grow. He has tried to connect with each speaker. For example, when it was Indrajit, he mentioned about how he went to Ludhiana and then it's close to the border, etc. Then with each speaker, he tried to know them better by asking them where they are from, the city, and then he also greeted them well enough and made them comfortable before starting with the topic. First topic was about when you walk to a bar with the past, present, and future. Indrajit Kaur. I mean, I loved the package that you had today for your speech. Loved it because it was a full package from opening, body, and then close. And then the bar definition changed as our topic master has mentioned. I loved it the way that you mentioned about your friend, a story, and then walked with her from a problem to a solution. And then you also give a closer to it. What I would suggest is your pauses. When you started in the beginning, rather, I think that you're trying to recollect the words or trying to phrase your sentences. The way that you had pauses were not that comfortable, but when it came to second part of your speech, you were very comfortable in speaking. I would say next time, try to take effective pauses and then calm yourself, and then that should work for you. Coming to second topic, it was what can you change in the past about Asil, Toastmaster Asil. I love the way that you have given your effort to the speech. What you could change is your voice modulation. Second thing is structuring a little bit more and then bringing it to a proper conclusion. Table topic master, you are ensured to summarize both of the speakers well in this point. Nitasha, my dear friend Nitasha from Bangalore, if you get one chance to see future, what time would you visit as a topic that was given to you? I was blown by the attempt that you've given, repeating the sentences. It was more like hearing an inspirational speech today. Especially when it comes to children, the parents are always sentimental, more on side of mother who is always protective about the kids. When everything is good, but as an evaluator, I need to point out something, but that is your summary. Summary, you did summarize about yourself, but what about me hearing your topic? You could have given some takeaway for me as an audience that could have made your speech much better. a better package. Last speaker was our Toastmasters Sarvana. Imagine a world with no clocks nor any means to measure time. I would talk a little bit about table topic master. I remember the childhood that I spent in my grandpa's town, where we had no means to check time then, and then we used to just check the shadows. And then by the shadow of the house movement, and we used to say, okay, it's 4 in the evening, or the evening has come, something like that. And it was fun. I love the way Sarvana has brought back those memories. And he also imagined and told about one place that would be, and that picturization was good with the descriptive language. What I would say that you can do much better than the language uses. It's more that when we are from India or Southeast Asia, we try to use some superlatives, much, etc. But those are not to be used. Use the right word to express that superlative thing. I also felt that you could have concluded well, giving a proper message to all of us. For example, it can be that so we have a moment when we cannot see time. It is always better to make usage of the time better so that we have a good life. Something like that. Anything can include, and then that would have been fun. Overall, I felt the table topic section was fruitful for the table topic master to test his active listening skills, and also for the speakers. Coming to table topic master, as it is your active listening project, certain things for you. First thing is, your topics were too long. Try to bring it just one liner or just 2 to 3 words, that's it. Because when you have such long table topic, it's more like you need to repeat several times, and then it's hard for the speaker to connect with you. I also felt that you could prepare well before picking up the speakers. You could have asked them in private chat and then made them ready to save the time. Overall, the attempt was good, both by the topic master and the speakers. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghu. Wow. He evaluated in detail all the table topic speakers. Wow. Thank you. Okay, now tag team. It's time for tag team. We will call our counter first and then followed by language evaluator, then timers report. Now, DTM Cohen, please.
Thank you, Sheila. This report is about pause fillers. And to kick off, I had 2 E's. Pandian had 2 E's. Noel needs to take note. You had 4 repeated words, they, otherwise, and then you pause to think for a while, which is not intentional. So you pause, but it was not intentional pause. You had 2 R's, 1 so, 2 like, and 1 yeah. Karuna had 6 R's and 2 so's. Asil had 1 I mean, 2 to be on, 3 to be honest, and 1 right. These are all not necessary. Let's keep our pause fillers to the minimum and be better in our speeches next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cohen. Thank you. Next is our grammarian, language evaluator, Toastmaster Tariro. Impromptu Toast grammarian.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. For today's word of the day, unfortunately, no one used the word of the day. It could have been an issue of the network challenges I was facing.
Bharat did.
Not here.
Bharat did.
Sorry, sir?
Bharat did.
Yes. So that was also when I started having network challenges. So yes, there was one use of the word vanquish from Toastmaster Bharat. Then with regards to improper use of language, the first speaker mentioned the following phrases. I'm gonna. I would suggest rephrasing it to I am going to or I'm going to. She also said, I don't think so she's eligible, which I suggest be rephrased to I don't think that she is eligible. She also said I was in jitters. I would suggest it being rephrased to, I was on pins and needles, to highlight the nervousness that she was feeling. The second speaker mentioned the improper use of the following phrases. Out of curious, I would suggest he rephrase it to out of curiosity. He also said, someone wants to become a leadership. I would suggest he rephrase it to someone wants to take up a leadership role. He also said why they think it this way, which I feel should be rephrased to why they think the way they do, or alternatively say what led to their thought process. He also said win without fight, which should be rephrased to win without a fight or win without fighting. The third speaker said, and how we do that. I suggest it be rephrased to, and how do we do that? The last speaker said, it would have been much, 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 much. I think this was under table topics. Yes, much, 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 much. And I suggest using the word extremely or using words such as much more or many more, because the use of much, much, much more in front of an uncountable noun would also require that you use the phrase much more instead of much, much, much more. In terms of outstanding words, Natasha said, hold on to nourishing the dreams of today. I feel I'm a bit biased there because of my mother, but yes, I felt that was quite outstanding. And Noel also mentioned an interesting thought, win without fighting. And lastly, India said, the secret of the success is to believe in oneself. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Wow. Impromptu grammarian, but it feels like we have an impromptu English lesson. Thank you, Toastmaster Tariro. So now we want to hear from our timer. How did we do with our time? DTM Angie, please.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Today, we have different sessions as usual. The prepared speeches, table topic speeches, and evaluations mostly are going really well. There's not much overtime there at all, so we are good on that. It's generally speaking is the flow of the meeting that we seem to have delayed during the start. So we are overrun a little bit, but I heard from Bharat that through private message, we do have some buffer in the agenda. So now it's 8:30. So I think we're still okay, overrun a little bit in general. So good job, everyone.
Wow, thank you, DTM Angie. And it helped when she sent the details of all the time used in the chat. And she doesn't have to use it during her reporting time. Okay, now, so it's a general evaluator reports, and I believe all of us here are Toastmasters member. I didn't notice anyone visiting, no idea about Toastmasters, but as a general evaluator, my role is to evaluate all those roles haven't evaluated yet. So when did we start our meeting? It's not at 7 p.m., but we started the meeting a few months ago. Why did I say that? Because Bharat invited me to this meeting a few months ago. So that's how organized this club is. You have a lineup of general evaluators for your future meetings. Well done, executive committee. And we started on time, 7 p.m. And when I arrived at 6:46, there were already a few members here, especially Zoom Master Cohen, because he's in charge, and even the recording, the coordination of when to start recording. So well done, well done. The meeting is not only during those 2 hours, but it's before the actual meeting. For the opening remarks, VPE, Acting President, VPE, well done, Bharat. We always need that, the energy in the beginning, especially if others came from work or from their other engagements. So we need that in the beginning. Well done. And then for our visiting Toastmasters, Toastmaster Joseph, how long have you been in your club? In 2 years? Did you say? Did I hear it right?
Yeah, 2.5 years almost. I am
Wow.
also the chartered secretary for Malaysian club.
Look at
Dual
that.
membership.
Thank you. So only 2 years, and now being a Toastmaster in another club that you don't know what's going on, you don't know what's happening. It's not easy. So you deserve a round of applause, Toastmaster Joseph, and how he opened the meeting about the IWD, the theme about Toastmasters as well, and then leading the applause, which is important as well, and describing each session. Yeah, so that's why I put here, I want to know how long you've been in Toastmasters, so only 2.5 years. So what can we do here in the future to from good to better? Coordinate, because agenda, we need the agenda if we are the Toastmasters of the evening, especially if it is not the same format in other classes. The way you're doing it in Founders is not the same in South Horizons and in my other club. The general evaluator only talks at the end. not during the meeting. So like those slight changes, if we have the agenda, then it's easy to follow. But other than that, well done, Toastmaster Joseph. And then for the tag team counter, that's what I noticed in Toastmaster. It's the community of helping each other. These DTMs doing the tag roles, you will see that in a giving community, because they give the roles that are on the spotlight. They take the unsung hero roles. So I like to thank the DTMs for taking these unsung hero roles. DTM Cohen, DTM Angie, and also to our impromptu grammarian. For counter, like the detailed reporting, I will only add the Cohen. How can we reduce the fillers? And then it's by pausing. I usually, when I'm at the counter, I usually say that in the introduction, so it will reduce the use of unnecessary words. But well done for the detail. I love it. For timer, I already mentioned it. The detail, even the even the break time or the introduction. Like, oh, I saw yellow. One thing that I would love Angie to do more is, sometimes if we're the timer, we only only show the visual background. We want to see you. You give energy, like you look at you now. So do not just hide in the virtual background. We want to see you even if you're doing timer role. So please turn on your video in the future if you will do timer role. For grammarian, I already said it. That I learned an English lesson in 5 minutes. For grammarian, what I usually do is I say the name of those who use the good phrases, good words. So for example, speaker one said da 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 da, speaker two da 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 da. And then for those who didn't use good languages, I wouldn't tell the name. I joined Toastmasters because my English is my second language. So I guess many here are not, the English is not their native language. So I will be careful on that. But the way she learned, I was not offended even if I am the speaker, because I learned. But I will be careful not to mention who said not good use of English. Okay. Now evaluation. Look at my note. We'll see. Okay. So evaluation. The reason why I asked, because she's so good, Toastmaster Natasha, and she's a district leader. A district leader means you've been in Toastmaster for good amount of time. That's why she's so good. So I like the way she evaluated. She highlighted the storytelling part, and then for improvement, each time we say something for improvement, demonstrate. Okay, you told me something that I should improve this, but how? So demonstrate. And then also the summary of the evaluation. So this is an evaluation contestant. What I will suggest that Toastmaster Natasha, remove the I'm just trying to nitpick. I wouldn't use virtual background if I'm giving a speech or evaluation, but other than that, well done. For Toastmaster Pandian, wow, the quote and then the repeat of the rhyming. I already said this, the engineer, the analysis, you know, the way he analyzed the speech of Noel, well done. As an evaluator, try not to to summarize the speech because the audience already heard the speech, so minimize it. If you're giving a specific evaluation with regard to that part, yes, okay, but don't reduce the summary. But other than that, well done. As well for Asil, wow, smart recap of objectives. So it's giving a frame to the audience. I'm evaluating the speech based on these objectives. And then also recap of the obvious 1:1, well done. Internet highlighting that. So what I will suggest here, structure. Because I was lost, like experience, and then thumbs up, and then another, and then thumbs up, only structure. But then other than that, well done, I always say other than that, well done. For table topics evaluator, it's not easy to evaluate table topics if you have 4 speakers and then you're also evaluating the table topic master. So I love calming, so he's so calm, Toastmaster Raghu, so calm. I want to listen, and even if it is for improvement, because the way he talks, okay, tell me more. I will listen because of your because of your voice. So really love it. So I, as a general evaluator, I always need to find something. I heard you said but. So as an evaluator, we don't say but. Now I see red. We want to leave on time, so because we have other things to do. Thank you, Bharat, for inviting me, and all the best. The Founders Toastmasters Club. Overtime. I'm done. Back to you, Toastmaster Joseph.
Thank you, Sheila, for this very great detailed analysis. In fact, I would call it a digital analysis of the day. Very good. Very nice. You explained everything. One thing I would like to say is that in 30 years of my life in Saudi Arabia, I used to meet every day one Filipino or a number of Filipinos. After a decade, this is the first time I see your face as a Filipino. Thank you so much for that. You appear on this one. Now it's a time for voting of the members for the best speaker and the table topic and also the role takers. Shall we do that?
Yes, the poll is now launched. Please scroll down so that you can vote for the best table topic speaker as well.
All the wrong names for table topic speaker. I was not a speaker today.
Oh.
Can you fix that ballot?
Okay. I don't really. Oh well. This has to be done in the meeting, but the poll is already up, so I can't stop the poll right now. Sorry about that. Okay, 10 or 13 people.
Let us treat them as Toastmaster Pandian was the 4th, correct?
Okay, we have 10 of 13
We're missing
people
the
who voted.
Indrajit first name in the table topic speaker.
Okay. I can't stop the poll now, so I'm sorry to interject. Okay, 10 of 13 people voted. Maybe we have multiple logins. And I shall end the poll now and we shall see the results. And share the results. Okay, and the winner is Inderjit for best speaker. And for best evaluator is Natasha. And best table topic is
One
also.
thing, I'm sorry to. There was no name of Inderjit in table topics, and I am not a speaker in table topics. Can you fix that and relaunch it? Only for table topics? Is that possible?
Oh, everyone can give me the personal message for the table topic, please. Just put the names here, Gwen. No need to launch it again because that would be technical.
Let's move on.
Everyone give me the on personal window for the best table topic speaker. Give me a private chat message.
Okay, back to you, table talk. No, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much. What I would like have seen is this club is functioning very wonderfully, and every role takers have really done very well. The speakers, a lot of things that we could carry on. The knowledge and the way in which they spoke, and it was touching heart and mind, as well as knowledge-based speeches and knowledge-based table topic speakers also. Every role taker has really done well in their job also. And all the Zoom masters who are not seen on the list is also that did their best in making the meeting a very successful one. As a president of Speech Viewers Club, I would like to have a linkers meeting with our club on any one of the day, which I was putting it, talking to Bharat for this connection of linkers meeting somewhere in April. I would be very happy to join and have a linkers meeting with you all once again. In all, the club has really excelled in their meetings and their performance. And that is very, very happy note to say. And over to you, the president of the club, Bharat Ningya.
Hello, thank you everyone. Thank you, the role takers. The only difference between the saint and the sinner is that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. This is a famous quote by Oscar Wilde. Thank you so much for bringing energy and bringing hope for our future. We have such lovely fellow Toastmasters giving support in times when we were facing a challenge. Even our president is not here today. Thank you so much. The certificate of appreciation will be sent separately by email, and same for the best evaluator, best speaker, the certificates will be sent there. And with this last quote from William Shakespeare, I will close the meeting, and that is, it is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. With this, the meeting stands closed. Anyone wants to stay here for a chit chat, we are open for 5 to 10 minutes.